Everyone we see is a reflection of us. I want to bring up a topic of the voices that people might hear in their mind. I think there's a big collaboration between mental illness and spirituality, and there are a few people posting the same. You see, they diagnose the voices in your head as schizophrenia or delusional, because they don't want you to know that it is a spiritual gift. So how do you deal when you hear those voices? So it's a psychic connection. But is it? And are they positive thoughts? Are they guarding thoughts? Are they your higher self talking to you from all the different past lives or timelines? But ask maybe to do one thing is to write it down. You see, you can have these words pop into your head or conversations or phrases, but are you to write them down? Because can you remember what was said? Or is it an uplifting thought that is in your mind, either spoken by them or created? And if you don't write it down or act upon it, it disappears and you can't remember it. So is that an invitation of knowledge to accept what is being said? And there's probably many definitions on what it all means and who they are talking. Most of the time, I do believe it is our own consciousness. Maybe it is the conscious mind, in connection to a new reality. But maybe it is your own self-guidance, your own inner soul. Maybe you're hearing the voices of your cells, or your skin, or your body, or your organs. Maybe they're all guiding you. Are they saying words of affirmation and positivity, or one of negativity and self-guarding? Is what they say purposeful? Does it have meaning? We shouldn't be afraid of what they say, or who they are saying it, or what they are saying it. For that does not matter. What matters is removing yourself from the fear of what it could be, and focusing on what message do they have to share. I think if we can all focus on the message they have to share, whether both of the light or of the dark, both messages need to be shared, for everyone has created a fear bubble over the dark that no one must talk about it. But in essence, that will only create more dark, an imbalance. So whether the thoughts are positive or not, write them down. Do they tell a story? Are they random? Are they from spirit guides or people crossed over trying to connect with you? Or is it about things that you do? Are they there to protect you and to protect the collective and others? It's interesting. It might not take a day, it might not take a week or a year. But every time it comes down, I think we should write what we hear, what we see. We have visual diaries, of course. But I think in the moment, if we can write it down and not place judgment upon it and remove ourselves from the fear, maybe we do research. Maybe there's a location on there. Look it up. Does it have any connection to who you are? Are you supposed to know it? So many things it could be, so many interesting avenues, but only when you look at it as an open plain, a vast field where you can travel through information and search. Maybe you find something you didn't know. Or maybe you know the connection already. The information doesn't have to be shared of what you wrote down or what you heard or what you saw. It can all be personal. It's about your growth. You don't have to keep it and share with others your story. It's hard for people to fathom these types of things. But one must never fear. Fear of failure, not of being scared or afraid. And I think this is what they've done very well. They've given the term fear a definition, a genre, a category of whenever someone hears the word fear, they associate it with scary movies or frightening or afraid. So it's generally something horrific. You ask someone what do they think when they hear the word fear. These are the generalistic views of many. But fear of the unknown. When you can remove or take yourself or your thoughts outside of the unknown, or being so afraid because you can't see it, you believe it, but you don't know it's there and you're afraid of it. But you're not afraid of it at the same time. This is the endless loop of fear. Unburden your mind from the evolutions of emotional fear. And we remove the suppressive thoughts around it and we meet it head on. You observe it and you create an open field of possibility for adventure. And you've then transmuted that fear from a negative emotion into a positive affirmation. So you take those words or sentences that you may hear inside your thoughts, you write them down. I don't know about you, but that excites me. It interests me. I'm curious. I think it makes us feel better when we all have purpose. Everyone would feel better knowing they have to achieve a goal. It's like, here's your target. This is how you have to get there. When you have that, you can make plans around it to get there. I think this is half of the test, half of the ability of learning to live. Is if you're given the end goal, you will make your way to it the most beneficial. Slowly but surely. It doesn't matter how you get there, you get there. But you know where you have to get to. And that's the hard thing about when you're given no end target and you can't remember where you have to get to. So how do you get there? It's exactly what they did when you think about if an unfortunate event where the queen of a hive is killed or the queen ant and they have no one to guide them. There's no structure, there's no way. It's exactly what society is. You don't have a structure when you come here, you don't have a way, you are thought to be one way and controlled and misguided in a society that has brought you up in certain ideals. It's just too common to think we all have an illness when we don't. Especially when it comes to mental illness, there is so much attention placed upon it, but also that they know the least about. So this is a journey for all of us, young and old, doesn't matter who. So when things occur, it's not about being afraid. It's an emotion we have to learn and to witness and overcome, but to accept with love and turn being fearful into aware. I think if you're aware of it, it's not as shocking. It's not taking a giant leap to the end goal and be like, I don't fear anymore. I don't think that's plausible for people to just remove fear from their living. I think it's bit by bit, step by step. Remove the sense of rush and stress. Knowing the fact that you're going to get there also removes you from the association to time, or to linear time. So you don't live by it because your thoughts create time. You wake up to time. You go to work on time. You leave on time. It's coffee time. Everything is associated for you to live based around time. It's dinner time, it's breakfast time, it's lunch time. Reinforced daily. There's a broader plan to it, I'm sure. I'm not here to tell you that time is an illusion, but I don't know, I seem to find everywhere I go, it doesn't matter what you think or the thoughts you have, I fail to see someone going through the experiences or potential possibilities as it happens. We always have the indoctrinated, we always have the ascended masters. And the people that help us with certain things, but it's kind of like a recorded message after they've done it to train you. Not an as it happens kind of thing, growing with the concern, or growing with the aspects that one has, but knowing that everyone's thoughts are different. So yeah, don't be afraid of the voices in your mind, or the thoughts in your head. Write them down. What stories will they tell you? Peace and love. Take care.